What's up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. Right now, this is going for fourth episode 41. And I just lost my screen. And as always, my name is Eric. He hate me 702. And my boy right here is
Jeremy with a G.
What's up, buddy? How has your week been?
It was my weekend.
How's your
I don't
week?
know. It just started.
How has your week been?
Been a week.
Well, it's probably better than my week. Can't say that. I haven't done shit. I've applied for a whole bunch of jobs, got an interview on Tuesday, but I haven't done shit. So
I wish I could have done nothing.
It's one of those things where like during the day you're fine. Like, I mean, I've cleaned the house. My house is clean. I've done some stuff around the house, like fix some shit, fix one of the faucets,
Hey, I got a house that needs clean.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, you got all the time.
The key to it is cleaning it once and then keeping that bitch clean every day.
No.
So,
No.
I forgot all about that. But that's so yeah, I haven't really done much. I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been playing NCAA.
You've been streaming?
No, that's the funny part because I've been playing them on PlayStation 3. So like my PlayStation 3, I don't want to move down here and hook up my Delgado card, my graphics card or whatever, my capture card. I don't want to do that. But I should, because I literally played a dynasty mode on NCAA 14. I started off as Idaho head coach, one of the shittiest teams in the game. I have 2017 rosters. So like Tua was a senior or whatever. Yeah, because he's on his fourth year or whatever. I don't know. But he's like the starter. He had been like his junior year or whatever. But I started off as Idaho. I sucked for 2 years. I only played a couple games. Like I only played rivalry games. And then I went to Baylor as an offensive coordinator. They won the national championship the year before I came. I sucked for 2 years. Matt Rule left, motherfucker. He went to Penn State. So then I went back to Idaho, and I had 2 good years. It was like 9-4 and like 10-2. And then I got picked up by Texas A&M as a head coach. I signed with them. And now I have a national championship and undefeated season. Fucking people up. Yeah. So I should probably stream. But the problem is I just get high and play video games. Also, I haven't been doing 2K because my damn I need to figure out if anybody knows in the chat how to get rid of, or what is it? Delete your cache or clear your cache. So basically everything I look at, I keep getting an error every time I try to play a basketball game on 2K23 saying and it shuts down the system. So it's like you got to put your PlayStation 5 in safe mode and do all this shit. Every time I try to do it, it says on the fucking video it doesn't work. Okay. So yeah, so I've also been playing some Fight Night. Not a lot of crazy shit. Just been having fun. Just been having a blast recently. All right, so we're gonna stop talking about us. Talk some football. We'll go over playoffs, of course, because that's what's going on right now. We'll go over non-playoff teams. Basically, we'll definitely go over the Raiders because, you know, Derek Carr's goodbye, farewell. And then we'll go over coaches and that got fired and coaching jobs and other bullshit. And whatever else we get into. We just basically got wildcard picks. Oh, and our regular season picks. So we'll go over that as well. Where the hell is my phone? All right. So still haven't done the intro because I'm a fucking procrastinator. I started working on it, but got pissed. I got so fucking I'm not even joking. I was so mad. I was like, this is going to take fucking forever. I don't want to do this shit. And I have nothing but time, so it makes no sense. So we'll be back in a second. Just so everybody knows, I'm wearing a Cheech and Chong shirt. And yes, I'm an extra fucking small, so keep talking shit. That's what I have been doing, though. I have been working out. So, okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. But I just got here and heard I don't want to do this shit. How about that? What's up, Mon? Hey, I heard you got a VR. I was over Devin's house yesterday. Devin told me that you got a VR and you've been having a blast with that. So yeah, and you're always welcome to join the show whenever you want to join the show. Just hit us up again. So what the fuck, Raiders? Let's go. What are we doing?
What?
He just fucked up his hand. Were you playing a boxing game? Or were you playing the sorcerer game, the fucking thrill of the fight? I don't even know what the fuck that is. But you punched your counter. This motherfucker punched his counter. His counter is gone. Gone.
Oh, man.
All right, so go ahead. Start it off. Derek Carr's farewell goodbye. Did anybody? Let me bring it up. Let me bring that up because I know a lot of people probably didn't see that because it took me a second to see that. So what do you think? What's going on?
Fuck, I don't know. I think there's something brewing.
Okay, just a real quick question. What I hear is brewing, which is what everybody's talking about brewing. I threw a hook and it was a wrap. Hey, that's why I got the punching bag and stuff at home. I've been punching on that. That's what I've been working out. Is the rumor about Brady and Gronk?
No.
All right, I'm just gonna bring up the tweet real quick so everybody sees it. What do you think's going on?
I think there's something going on with Carr and the Raiders.
Well, we know that.
No, like I mean, as far as
you think there's some bullshit?
Yeah.
Like some extra drama, because you're always on the drama alert.
Yeah, I like the drama.
And so you always sniff that shit out. So you think it's not as well just on the field. You think there's some other issues going on in the locker room with him and the management and him and the coaching, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
it's got to be Josh McDaniels.
I like his goodbye.
Yeah. So for you guys that haven't seen it, it's up on the screen right now. Well, again, right. Let's not act like Derek Carr is not a leader among leaders, okay? Any team that has him in their locker room is going to love it. It is going to be absolutely, let me think of the word I'm trying to say. It's going to be fucking great, okay?
The last paragraph is the paragraph that I like.
Yeah, I once said that if I'm not a Raider, I would retire. I'd rather be at home, and I meant that, but never envisioned it ending this way. That fire burning inside me to win a championship still rages, a fire no man can extinguish, only God. So I look forward to the new city, a new team who, no matter that circumstances, will get everything I have. Winning a championship is what I've always wanted and what I will continue to work towards. Yeah, no, again, he is a leader among leaders. Like, no matter, I don't care if Carr was playing quarterback. This motherfucker worked at UPS. Wherever he worked at, this dude would be a leader. He is a natural born leader. And I'm happy that he's not with the Raiders no more. Because now I can fucking cheer for this motherfucker because I actually like Derek Carr. Tired of defending a fucking Raider. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. Had to get that in. So what do you think? What do you think's going on?
I don't know. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling that something.
We're gonna find more.
I got a feeling something's about to come out.
Okay.
Because his little brothers, they can't seem to shut up.
Of course not. Also, didn't he just buy a ring, diamond encrusted stuff from somebody?
No, Max Crosby. Yeah. So he bought those for Devontae and Max Crosby.
Yeah,
Max Crosby bought him and
you guys go.
Jay some jewelry.
That's what it is right there.
That was their goodbye gifts.
Yep. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think the Raiders are going to do? First, where do you think Derek Carr goes?
I have no idea.
Well, as of right now,
I've got no clue. The only thing I could see is there's some kind of trade in the background for him to go somewhere during the draft.
As of right now, the Colts are not interested. They said they have no interest in him.
But I've got a feeling the Colts may say, okay, I'm interested, offer it up, and then at the last second, pull their offer and fuck Josh McDaniels like he did to them.
This is a whole different organization. Okay, so some of the landing spots that I've heard, the New York Jets. This is the issue. Every time I think about the about where he's going to land, I keep thinking about what you say about him hating to play in cold weather.
It's a cold weather. I don't think
Yeah.
he's not gonna go anywhere with cold weather.
So my theory is he's going to pick a division basically where there's not a lot of cold weather games, and he plays in a dome.
I think he ends up in Tampa.
So this is the issue. I actually don't think he ends up. The only way I think he ends up in Tampa is if Tom Brady comes to the Raiders.
Tom Brady's leaving.
Yeah, but is he coming to the Raiders?
I don't know.
So if he comes to the Raiders, I see that happening. That will be the trade. But if Tom
it's not going to
Brady,
be a trade. It can't be a trade. Tom Brady's a free agent.
They'll re-sign him and trade him for Derek Carr. Watch.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will. So I could see that happening. If Tom Brady says, "Hey, I want to come to the Raiders," I can see Derek Carr getting traded to the Bucs. But that's the only way I see that happening. Other than that, I don't see him going to the Jets. Like you said, cold weather. What do you think? Cold weather Jets?
No.
Okay. The Colts I do see. I know the Colts are saying they don't want to talk about it and they're not interested in it, but what happens if they can't trade up for the Bears for the number 1 pick? That's the only reason I think right now they're not interested, because their focus would be to get to the Bears for a number 1 pick. I don't know if they've already gone the veteran quarterback multiple times. You see what I'm saying? So I think now as the organization, they're trying to trade up and get that number 1 pick. If they're not successful in that trade, I then think he can go to the Colts. Then I think they would go and start asking questions for him, because obviously there's not going to be a quarterback at 10.
Well, again, when is the draft? The draft's in April?
April, yeah.
So Carr may be cut before that.
No.
Absolutely. The Raiders, unless they have a deal in place before the 15th of February.
I know.
He's gonna get cut.
No. So this is what I'm saying. I don't think this is gonna take long. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't think this is gonna take long to figure out any of this stuff at all. There's gonna be a bunch of teams calling the Bears. The Colts may just not have enough for the Bears. Do you see what I'm saying? Unless they're willing to give up Jonathan Taylor or somebody like that. Because we got to remember, they traded first-round draft picks to get Carson Wentz, to get Matt Ryan, or they traded draft picks to get all of them. What's up, buddy? How you doing today? So I don't think they have enough to get him via trade, unless if the Raiders are asking a lot for them. You see what I'm saying? Besides their first overall pick, if the Bears are asking a lot. So outside of that, I think they call them, they gauge them, and within 10 days, right as of now, we realize, oh, nope, the Colts are not trading the number 1 pick. There's too many teams that want what they have that can jump them. And then they start going to the Raiders. So I think this is a very, very fast process where Derek Carr will get moved extremely quickly, because there's only a couple teams, in my opinion, that will go after him.
He can't get moved extremely quickly.
Well, no, he'll get the deal done. The deal will be in place.
So his contract is fully guaranteed for $40 million on the 15th of February.
I've read it.
The Raiders aren't going to stand on that hook unless they have a guaranteed 100% deal in place.
That's what I'm saying. By the 15th of February, they are going to have a guaranteed deal in place.
I don't think they will. I think Derek Carr may be petty.
I don't. Does he have a no trade clause?
Yep.
Okay. So now this is the other one. Okay. So we said the Colts. You said Tampa. I don't know if I would go to Tampa. I think that would be a no for him. I think that division's good. I like the division would be okay, but I think there'd be a better team for him to go to in that division that plays in a dome. And that's the Saints. Or the Falcons. I think either one of those two teams are more on his radar than the Bucs.
I don't know that he goes to the Saints because of Dennis Allen.
That could be it, but maybe the Falcons. So I'm thinking those
two. The Falcons.
That's what I'm saying. They have draft picks. They have teams that are capable, that have players on the team. And the Bucks are not following Tom Brady, and they're really not following anybody great. There's that year bridge, that 2-year bridge between Drew Brees and it would be Drew Brees and fucking Derek Carr. So that would be, I think that's why I don't like the Bucks. If I'm gonna pick in that division, I think this minus the Dennis Allen. I didn't even think about that. But the Saints and the Falcons are my 2 NFC choices.
I mean, another one I could see him going to is the Dolphins.
Okay, so I could see that too, except for the problem is when we get to cold weather. All 3 of those teams in that division play in the cold weather. Why would you want to go and leave, and no, not talking shit about the Raiders or anything, or players not wanting to beat the best. But if you had a chance to go to a different division where you don't have to run, you just left Patrick Mahomes' division. Do you really want to go to Josh Allen's? No. Do you really want to see those defenses? No. So, and that's again why I think the Saints and the Falcons, that division leads, because nobody knows the fuck's going on with the Panthers. The Bucks are going to be down if Brady leaves. And whatever team, so that's why I think, again, if I'm him, I think he's smart. I think he can play anywhere. But if you have a chance with the no trade clause to pick where you want to go, why would you go to that fucking horrible ass division along with the division you just left? Go to the fucking South.
But I think Carr becomes petty.
I do too.
And I think he says, either you pay me or cut me.
This is the issue.
I don't think Carr is going to help them with picks. I 100% do not believe he's going to help them out at all.
I don't think Carr becomes petty like that.
I do.
And the reason
his brothers talk him into it.
And the reason why I don't think he becomes petty like that, because as of right now, the narrative is very good on Carr. Outside of Raiders fucking Nation. He's an average quarterback, above average quarterback, and like Stephen A. Smith hates Carr because he's like, he hasn't done anything, he hasn't been to the playoffs. And he talks shit about that. But everybody knows, and that what he showed last year in that locker room with what happened and everything that happened it's just in waves about him throughout sports. So by him turning petty, I think it fucking hurts his chances of going to other teams. There's already a couple teams that may be a little.
I don't think it does.
I think it does.
100% don't think it does.
I don't think it turns into Baker Mayfield.
No team in the league likes the Raiders.
But I don't think I don't think he turns into Baker Mayfield. That's the issue. And for him to be petty, he turns into fucking Baker. Maybe not talking all the shit, because Baker only had one interview the whole fucking time. Baker kept his mouth shut. But we knew he was petty as fucking shit and did not make it even easy for Cleveland to trade him.
I wouldn't make it easy for the Raiders to trade him.
In this scenario, I wouldn't either. But I don't think Carr's built like that. I think as a leader in the locker room. I think
his brothers talk him into it.
I think, okay. Nope, I can see that.
Because his brothers are pissed off.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're family, you're family. They're going to be pissed off. That's their job. Their job is to feel the way that you
David Carr's already taking shots at the owner.
Yeah, no, and guess what? That's fine with me. But I still don't think that's in Carr's mentality to do that. Because of the guys in the locker room. And let's be honest, what is he going to get? Maybe a late number 1 draft pick for Carr?
No.
What do you think they're going to get for him? A couple seconds?
You get the Falcons. The Falcons are up there in the draft. They're going to get this year's first.
No, they're not. They're not going to get they're not getting a top 10 pick for Carr. They're not. They're not getting one. No, they won't.
The teams that are up there, they will.
No, they won't. They're not going to get a top 10 pick for Carr. Especially with Brady being out, where there's multiple teams that could want him.
What did Stafford get?
That's the fucking Rams. It doesn't matter.
What did Stafford get?
Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Detroit Lions traded Goff for two first-round draft picks and a third-round pick. Their pick was not in the top 10. They were a playoff team. So this year it will. And they traded a former number 1 overall pick that led a team to a Super Bowl. Granted, we both know I think Jared Goff fucking sucks. But he literally was in the Super Bowl with statistically an amazing season in 2018. And 2 years later, 3 years later, he got traded. That's not trading Carr. They're just trading Carr. They may get a late first and a third or a second, maybe 2 seconds and a third. So they're not getting a top 10 pick.
So where are the Lions at in the draft?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, the Lions have their draft pick and they have the Rams draft pick. So hold on. Lions are 6 because of Los Angeles. They're 6 and they are 18th.
So the 6 came. So the 6 came from the Rams. So they got a top 10 pick for Stafford.
Yeah, but they got a top 10 pick on the back of 2 second rounds. Nobody thought the Rams, after winning the Super Bowl, would not be in the playoffs.
For somebody who couldn't do anything in Detroit.
Okay, so again, but he led a team to a Super Bowl. He literally led a team to a Super Bowl. We can say what we want, but in this scenario, yes, could they get a next year's first round draft pick? Yes. But to say they're going to get a top 10 pick this year, no. Their first round draft pick that they got in that first year was not a top 10 pick. And we can say the Broncos, the Seattle Seahawks, got a first round draft pick, a top 4 pick or 5 pick for the Broncos, but nobody thought they would be that bad. So I could see them trading a future first. But to say they're going to get a top 10 pick this year for Derek Carr, fuck no. No, not at all. Not at all. They may get next year's first that may turn into a top 10 pick. And when what's his face got drafted, the golf trade. So again, they got 2 draft picks and Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. One of their draft picks ended up being two first-round draft picks in 22 and 23. So their 2022 draft pick was the 30th. And their 2023 draft pick ended up being the 6th because they fucking sucked this year that nobody expected because Matthew Stafford got injured, which we all knew was going to happen, but the Lions didn't. So, yes, they landed a top 10 pick, but this trade happened in 2021. So the pick that they landed for that year was a 3rd round. It ended up being the 88. So that year that they got traded, they got 2 future first, a 3rd round for that year, and Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. So again, I could see the Saints coming up and saying, hey, I'll give you next year's first and a second. Well, hold on. Let's see. What is the Saints pick this year? Oh, you could get the Saints pick this year. Oh, they don't have it. Do they not have it? Yeah, they don't have their pick. Where did their pick go? Oh, the Eagles have it. So it's a 10th pick. So, yeah, you're not getting that pick. And the Falcons pick is the 8th pick. So I don't see you getting that pick either. I could see you getting the 18th pick from the Steelers or the 17th pick from the Steelers. Where'd you go? I don't know where he went. Did you get that mad?
In there.
Did you get that fucking mad?
I don't know what happened there.
Okay, so I see, like I said, I don't. So definitely for the Saints.
So when Matthew Stafford was traded, he'd never been to the Super Bowl.
No, 100%. But we knew that.
Yeah, but he went to the Super Bowl after he was traded.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But hold on.
He had 3 playoff appearances with the Lions with 0 wins.
We know this. I've argued this 1,000 times. What was the narrative behind Matthew Stafford?
The same narrative.
No, it's not. The narrative behind Matthew Stafford was nobody wins in Detroit, and they have not helped him out at all. And if you put him on a good team, he's going to win. There is no narrative surrounding Derek Carr of that.
That wasn't even the narrative you fucking had.
I don't have that narrative because I think Matthew Stafford sucks. But the overall narrative, and I know this because I've argued Heath and multiple people about this shit, was that nobody wins in the Lions and Matthew Stafford is better than what the Lions said. So I see what you're saying. Okay, so are you saying they can get 2 future first? Because my issue...
They're not going to... They can't get this year's first.
Well, I know that. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so my issue is I could see them getting a future.
Well, no, they could technically get this year's first round.
I could see like Atlanta trading a future first round draft pick to them, and maybe a later pick also, like a second and a third, or a third and a fourth, depending on like this. I could see that happening, and maybe that future first does turn into a top 5 pick or top 10 pick. I just don't see a top 10 pick from this year's draft being traded for Derek Carr. Do you see what I'm saying? You okay?
Yeah.
So, what do you want the Raiders to do?
The Carr holds all the cards.
Do you want the Raiders to try to trade for the number 1 overall pick, though?
Derek holds all the cards in the deck. The Raiders hold 0.
So basically,
none.
You're saying they can't do shit until Derek.
Nothing do they hold. Whatever happens is going to be whatever Carr wants to happen.
Okay.
The Raiders can't do anything. The Raiders going to fuck around and be on the hook for $40 million next year.
Yeah, they will. They will, because they say, yeah. All right, what about the Bears and the number 1 pick? What do you think they should do? Which is funny, because I said last week that the Texans were going to fuck around and win, and the Bears would get the number 1 pick. I said it on the podcast. And they ended up getting the number 1 pick, but it doesn't matter because now they're trading. They're trading back. So they're not, I don't think they're picking anybody with the number 1 overall pick. What do you think?
I think the Bears are going to trade back.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to trade back.
I think they'd be dumb not to try to trade back unless they have confidence in Justin Fields. Then they're going to try to trade Justin Fields and take Bryce Young.
There's a problem with that. Justin Fields had shows improvement. His first year, I have trouble with because he was under Matt Nagy's stupid ass that wanted to start Andy Dalton. So, in my opinion, I think there was a report coming out saying that they like what he's seeing and they want to keep Justin Fields. But yeah, I think if they don't trade back, they're absolutely dumb and deep to deep. And I feel sorry for all Bears fans. Because even if you do say, hey, I don't like Justin Fields right now. I think Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields. Okay, we've seen what Justin Fields can do in an NFL game. We've seen it. We've not seen what Bryce Young can do. Justin Fields is young too. So you're literally trading a young quarterback with potential for another young quarterback with potential, but you're not getting the value. Because trading Justin Fields is not going to bring back the same packages as the number 1 overall draft pick in this scenario. I think could help them. I just don't think it will as much as the number 1 overall draft pick. So I think they have to trade back. You agree?
Oh, I don't think they don't have to do anything. I mean, if me and you were calling the shots, we wouldn't be sitting here in fucking Las Vegas.
Look. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's true. After the amount of jobs that I've interviewed, I've talked to, and seen the qualifications for this shit, no, motherfucker. A lot of times it's what you have on your resume and what the fuck who you know. Okay, let's just put it point blank in the story. When I say what's on your resume, I mean that degree. That's all. And unless you work your way up, fuck these. And people could say, look, I'm not saying I'm an NFL player. I could never be an NFL player. I'm 5'7".
I mean, I could be a punter.
Nope. I'm 5'7", 122 pounds.
I could be a punter or a kicker. Hey, the kicker can hit that much. So
fuck the kickers. I hate kickers. I could not play any professional sport as of right now. Well, maybe baseball, maybe cricket.
I mean, pickleball, you could probably.
I could probably do some pickleball too. But that doesn't mean we can't be front office people. Yes, we do not know how trades and contracts work and all this shit. I wish for one time, I swear I wish one time, a fucking person, one of these NBA 2K YouTubers or Madden YouTubers, please, somebody hire one of them motherfuckers in the front office. I just want to see what happens. Okay? That's all I want to see. I just want to see what happens. I guarantee look, I've seen some of the shit y'all motherfuckers have been hiring. Nick Casario from the Houston Texans. You come from the Patriots. Guess what? You've done a fucking horrible job. So, I mean, could I do any worse? I don't know. Probably not.
Considering you get rid of the kicker?
I'd fucking hate the kicker. I'd kick the fuck out the kicker. No, that's why I would go get like.
You give me a couple $1 million a year, I'll be a kicker.
I go get Justin Tucker. I wouldn't.
Shit. Give me $1.2 million a year. I'll look. Give me the uniform. I got cleats already.
I'll go be a mascot. I'll go be Rocky. I'll go be the mascots. Okay.
I can't do that. They do too much.
They get $650,000 and they don't gotta get hit.
Yeah, but I got 100. Well, I got 1.2 million. All I got to do is kick a ball.
Yeah, exactly. All I got to do is entertain the fans.
Practice.
All I got to do is
I ain't got to worry about getting hit. I mean, you may get hit once in a while, but
all I got to do is put on a suit and be myself
and do all those fucking shit that he does.
I'm not doing no fucking backflip.
No, that's how you get the 650,000.
No, I'm not doing that.
You can't get the 650,000 by doing nothing.
No, he don't get the 650,000 for that. He get the 650,000 because of what he does with the audience and the members and how he's become such a thing. Yeah, not just the flips, because all of them do that. He gets paid for the stunts he does in the fucking crowds. Like when he bring a lady a bear and gave her a small bear, a little bear, and she's like, no, thank you. He's like, what the fuck? So he goes upstairs and grabs a bigger bear. And then he looks at her and she's like, no. He's like, go. And then he grabs this fucking giant ass bear and throws it on her fucking ass. Or like the time he threw water on somebody because they got pissed at him. Yes. Yes.
I want to see you in a bear suit throw water on somebody you don't know.
Oh, they get these fucking hands if I'm in a bear suit.
Bitch, please.
Buddy, what they gonna do?
You in a fucking bear suit, what are you gonna hit?
I'm gonna fuck them up. I'm a bear. Like the fucking Revenant.
Fucking stupid.
Okay, so
I'm gonna fuck them up. I'm a bear.
The problem, like the bears.
Fake ass bear.
The problem, just like the bears, they don't scare nobody. The problem that they have is they have too many holes. So, in my opinion, yes, unless you think Bryce Young is the next coming of Jesus Christ on the football field, because that's all I'm gonna say. That's the only, like, you must see in the future and know this dude is the next shit. Because you look at the future of Justin Fields and go, well, we don't know if he's the next shit or not. He has the ability to be one. So that's what I'm saying. If you trade back now, you get multiple draft picks. Remember the hole the Rams got, or the from was it the Rams? Yeah, from the Eagles, or whoever they traded for with the number 2 overall pick. Maybe it was from Washington when Washington got Robert Griffin III. I don't even remember. But they got a huge hole. So, yeah, you trade that number 1 overall pick, you may get 3 or 4. I mean, what did San Francisco give up last year for the number 3 overall pick?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm looking at it right now. We got the 49ers have traded up from the 12th overall pick to the 3rd. They received the 12th overall selection, a 3rd round pick, first rounds pick in 2022 and 2023. So they got 3 first round picks. They got the 12th, the 2022, and the 2023 pick, and a 3rd round selection. Now look at the Lions. The Lions got a top 5 pick or top 6 pick because of the Rams. So yeah, I'm trading that pick. It's more value to trade that pick, in my opinion, and possibly with this year. Because remember, when they traded for Trey Lance, it wasn't even the only guaranteed quarterback was Trevor Lawrence. After that, it was up in the air. People thought they wanted Mac Jones. So, like, these 2 quarterbacks are like Trevor Lawrence. Like, I don't watch college football, but from what I'm hearing, they have that C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. So, I think trading that number 1 overall
Fields
pick.
only in his 2nd year.
I know that. He's still under contract for 2 years, and he's cheaper than Young's going to be because he was the 11th pick compared to the 1 pick. So that's why I'm saying they have to trade the number 1 overall pick. They have a possibility of getting easily 3 to 4 first round picks, plus a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. And when you're looking at the teams, Washington could want to trade up. The Jets could want to trade up. Panthers, Falcons, Raiders, Colts. Like, you may end up getting, you could end up getting a top 15 pick, top 10 pick, plus 3 first rounds later. Just depends on, and that's why I'm saying I'm trying to see a team that Seattle could trade the 5th pick. The 5th pick and whatever else they got from the Broncos. They got so many damn picks from the Broncos. So they got 2 first rounds and 2 second rounds. So they got last year's pick. They got this year's pick, last year's pick, or this year's pick, next year's pick. Plus they got their first rounds. So, I mean, you could literally, they just let me just say, Seattle says, hey, I give you the 5th pick. Whatever pick they get in the playoffs. And then 3 first rounds. 2 of ours and one of Denver's. Would you take that?
Wait, what was it?
So the Bears, let's just say, for instance, Seattle says we'll give you the 5th pick, whatever pick we have in the playoffs, because as of right now, it looks like they're going to be the 20th pick. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, the 5th to 20, next year's Denver's first, and our first for the next 2 years.
No, I'd keep one of those first and give up a 2nd or 3rd.
If you were the Bears, would you take that?
Well, yeah, you gonna give me 4 fucking first round.
Well, you gotta remember. That's what I'm trying.
Nobody's giving 4 first round picks for a current first round pick.
Trey Lance number 3 pick went for 3.
Yeah, 3 and a later round pick. Not
yes.
4
Okay. So
pick.
again, this is what I'm saying. If the number 1 pick that year was Trevor Lawrence, how many fucking picks do you think that would have went for? That's what I'm trying to explain. If they gave up the number 1 pick, if Jacksonville wanted to trade that, if the 3rd pick went for 3, that 1 pick would have went for 4 or 5. 4 first and a late round pick. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at? We're not trading the 3rd pick. We're trading the 1 pick where you may possibly have your choice of CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, which by all accounts are extremely talented. Do you see what I'm saying? You get where I'm going? You picking up what I'm dropping out?
Hold on.
You stirring the Kool-Aid that I'm mixing?
No, it depends how you're making it.
Motherfucker, we put sugar in it. Do you get where I'm going with this though? So we're trading the number 1 pick for a supposed superstar. Last number 1 pick. Okay, so 2001.
Atlanta traded up and gave away LaDainian Tomlinson, Tay Cody, Reese Caldwell to San Diego for the first overall pick.
But that was 20 years ago when people didn't trade draft picks like that.
You brought up 2001.
No,
too.
all I was just going down the list and reading them because I was seeing if there was anything recent that had been traded since then. Do you see? That's all. I'm not going back that far. All of them were in the 90s. Okay, so the Eagles in 2016 acquired the number overall 2 pick. Browns received. God damn, this isn't helping me at all. Okay.
This site sucks.
So when they got Carson Wentz, they traded in 2016. The Browns will receive Philly number over 8th pick, a 3rd and 4th round selection in this year's draft. Next year's 1st round pick and a 2nd round pick in 2018. So they ended up with 1 1st round pick, 2 1st round picks, a 2nd round pick, a 3rd and a 4th, which is amazing when you think about that. Because in 2016, the number 2 overall pick was traded for 2 first, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th. But in 2021, when the 3rd pick was traded, it was traded for 3 first and a 2nd and a 3rd. So like in 6 years, the way teams traded, 5 years had basically just doubled. And I wouldn't even say Carson Wentz and Trey Lance were the same. Okay, let's see. What did we have another pick? So in 2012, Washington traded for Robert Griffin. The Rams got 3 first round draft picks and a 2nd round draft pick.
In 2017, the Rams traded up for Goff to pick number 1.
Yep.
Titans
and they gave
15, 43, 45, 76,
Yep.
and 16. Well, I guess 16.
And 5. They only got 2 first round draft picks.
And for 17, they gave up 5 and 100, or they got 5 and 100.
Well, yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. They only got 2 first round, 15 and 5. That was it. 15, 5, 43 is a 2nd round, 45 is a 2nd round, 76 is a 3rd round, and 100 is late in the draft. Okay, so when Chicago traded in 2017, they didn't give up shit either. But they traded. Oh, well, San Francisco got the 3rd pick. The 3rd pick, the 67. I don't fucking understand. When we traded up for Patrick Mahomes, we gave up 2 first and 91. Pick 91. Baltimore, nobody cares about that. That was a 2nd round draft pick. So okay, I'm saying right now, they're gonna give 3 to 4 draft picks, depending on who trades them. They're getting 3 first round draft picks. They're going to probably get 4. I'm saying altogether they're getting 4 first, If it comes 3 to 4 first and third round. All right. Anybody else you want to talk about? Oh, the Titans, the Texans. Lovie Smith. Do you think Lovie Smith gave the Texans a big fuck you at the end of the season?
Oh, yeah.
By going forward for 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because apparently he probably already knew his job was gone. And lost out on the number 1 overall pick.
On purpose.
I think that's now that's some petty shit I can get behind.
That's me in a nutshell.
Okay. And can we just please talk about, and I'm not fuck it. Can we just please talk about what the fuck is going on in Houston? Should we as people be concerned about what is going on with these motherfuckers, especially with minorities?
Should we force the owner to sell the team?
He hasn't done nothing as bad as some of the owners to force to sell.
Well, I mean,
that's could he be a racist bigot? Yes, probably is. Okay, 99% sure he is.
The last 2 years, pretty much 100% gave
I am 100%. How the fuck do you fire Lovie Smith after you knew you would suck? And not even just David Culley or Lovie Smith. The shit that what happened with Deshaun Watson and wanting out, what Andre Johnson has came out and said, what tons of players have said about that organization. What the fuck? And it makes no sense because Houston is one of the most multiracial cities in fucking all of Texas. Motherfucker, I'm telling you right now. Listen. Nope. Don't go. Don't go to Houston. Just sit back and stay a coordinator. Whoever the fuck.
Well, do you think we're going to see some drama during the draft?
Fuck yeah.
Because of that?
Fuck yeah, we're going to see some. No. Yeah, because you know what's going to happen? There's going to be an issue. Because
Houston needs a quarterback.
I'm telling you right now. Oh, I think there's going to be a lot of issue during the draft. But I don't think it's going to come from one of the kids. No, one of them. No. Neither one of them have enough respect to put respect on their name to say they don't want to be drafted there. Neither one of them do. We've seen that so rare. So rare. And when you think about when it has happened, most of the time, those players then have to go and proceed to do something because that will still be brought up against them as they only care about themselves. It happened with John Elway in the draft where he said, fuck you, Indianapolis. It happened with Eli Manning, Bo Jackson. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other people I can't think of. So I do not think either one of them have the. I think Trevor Lawrence could have said that last year.
I think unless Houston does something dumb, which I could see.
We know they're going to.
And takes Will Levis. I think the other quarterbacks throw a fit about going to Houston. Or I think they let themselves get drafted and they don't sign a contract.
No, I think they do all of that. I think they let themselves get drafted. They sign a contract, but I think I think we're going to see more issues come out of that. But I think it's going to start with the coaches. I think we're a couple years away from having issues in Houston with the draftees. Maybe free agents, but not draftees, not the kids that are getting drafted, because they're not fucking up their career right now, making that much money. When, again, it's a different time than what it was like in the 80s, 90s, and all of this other stuff. I think
today's kids are Sally's.
Yeah, so I think they're. I mean, I think you will hear talk about it and stuff like that, and they may do whatever they can to get fucking traded. But with the money and stuff like that, I don't think there's no way. Now, maybe in 3 to 4 years, once they're drafted, we start hearing shit like this, like Deshaun Watson when he won it out. You may see that happen where they get their money, and then when it comes to their next contract, they don't want to resign. You may see those happen. And that's why I said I think we're a couple years away. But I think it starts more with coaches stop interviewing for the position, turning it down, and free agents not going. Just flat out saying, fuck you. Unless they play obscene money. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you may get veteran players But yeah, I think we just have issues that's what ends up happening. All right, so regular season. It's in the books. We made some fucked up ass predictions. I said the Saints were going to win playoffs. We've enjoyed a wild ass season where there was two ties, a canceled game, and Damar Hamlin's jersey sales. Hey, did anybody? Let's check to see on stream, what is Damar Hamlin's toy drive at? Well, it's at $8.6 million as of 3 days ago. So in a week, the community wave, like, it was over $8 million when we were on. I didn't look. I just looked up an article. So go ahead and check. But saying 8.6 now. So it was over $8 million last week. I'm happy that these kids are going to get what they need. And I'm happy that it's all doing good. But it is kind of what we said would happen. The news, the media, it has calmed down. But that is still one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And I did get into a miniature talk to my son about it, who doesn't watch football. And he goes, no, he's like, honestly, most people don't care about him. And I don't understand why it's that big of a deal. People die all the time. I'm like, nobody has seen CPR on the field in my lifetime. I've never seen a player have to be resuscitated. He's like, oh, he was resuscitated on the field. I'm like, on the field. He's like, okay, I understand now. So, but it went national news. That was something that was extremely weird, not weird, real. It felt weird because of what had happened. You realize life was so precious. We saw the Broncos Let's Ride completely collapse. We saw we saw the Jets in live reaction. We saw them live regret their 2020, their decision. Just think, the Jets could have had Justin Fields or Mac Jones or Trey Lance. So
I'm gonna make a veteran's life hell.
Yeah. We've seen Lamar Jackson basically say, "This is what happens when you don't pay me." I know he's injured. I
didn't see that one.
He hasn't said it. He says he's injured. He says he's got a PCL injury. But I'm telling you right now, if he had a long-term contract, he would be playing.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting him. I'm not talking shit about him because I wouldn't be fucking playing. Fuck you. That's how petty I am. Especially when he needs his legs to fucking do what he does. So, no. But in my opinion, we're starting to see players say, fuck you teams, and we're seeing it with Lamar Jackson. I'm not going out and putting my body in harm's way when I'm not on a long-term deal. And we've seen multiple times that this has happened, like Earl Thomas when they went out and did it. So I think we're seeing the players take back. Also, the train wreck of the Raiders season.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of train wrecks this year. A lot of fucking train wrecks. The Texans, the fucking Colts, Jeff Saturday. We've seen it. Okay, again, when you say we couldn't run organizations, that's why we're sitting here. Jeff Saturday was sitting as a TV analyst. Now, granted, does he have NFL?
He was sitting as a TV analyst and a losing head coach.
Does he have NFL experience playing? Yes. But he was only a high school quarterback. Coach. Motherfucker, I coach Pop Warner. Okay? Just saying. Not the same, but that doesn't mean anything. You could get plucked from one of these positions. Not us, but analysts, all that stuff. Yeah, so NFL teams,
we don't know how to keep our curse words inside.
Fuck, dude, it wouldn't even be that. It wouldn't even be like that. We would be like, we'd go in and they'd be like, "Hey, you're hired. Okay, what's your first action? Okay, who's the coach? Oh yeah, he's fired. Wait, what? Yeah, he's fired. Yeah, he's fired. Oh, what? Yeah. We're gonna get somebody else in. Who's the quarterback? Oh yeah, they're gone.
They've gone. Cut.
They're gone. Who's the kicker? You know what? We're not even gonna field a kicker. We're just gonna have a punter. Punters are cool. Fuck kickers. So we had a lot of fun during the regular season. There was a lot of shit to make fun of. Maybe I'm not even gonna say this, but we had enough video content. Maybe, nah, I'm not even say that. Let's stop. I wish I had the drive and determination to put together a video of where we were right, where we were wrong, and the shit that happened over the season.
Oh
But
man, I ain't got that much patience.
I don't. So yeah, I don't. So
I could probably do it. It's gonna take me 3 years to get it done though.
I can do it too. I have it all the time. I just don't want to do it. All right. So last week, for the final week of the regular season, just to let y'all know, a lot of times we don't take these really seriously. Jeremy picks his like 7 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we're just having fun and we're still good at this shit. So if we ever decided to take this extremely seriously, not betting or anything like that, y'all should probably listen. Because I can tell you right now, this is the third straight year that we have been above 500.
Well above 500.
Exactly. So let's just get to it. Last week I went 11-5. Jeremy went 8-8. Weird week, and that was enough. With this weird NFL season that we had, this is even better because who the fuck would have thought that the Dolphins would have won in a fucking field goal contest? Okay, who would have fucking thought that? Okay, who would have thought the Falcons would have won? Who would have thought that the Texans, besides me, would have said, "Fuck you, Colts," and Lovie Smith would have gave the big finger to Nick Caesarian? Who would have thought that the Cowboys would have just played their starters and still lost to the Commanders? Who would have thought that Staley would have played his starters for way too fucking long in the Broncos game and still lose? Like, midnight, my boy, Brock, I saw your tweet. I didn't want to put you on blast on the tweet, but you were like, he literally found out 10 minutes before the game that the position, that their position was held. So why the fuck would he have not pulled his starters? Bitch, because you found out 10 minutes before the game. And you still kept some of these motherfuckers in for a lot longer than what they should have been in. I looked up in the third quarter and was like, wait, Mike, what? Who's still in the game? So that's the problem that you have. I'm not a big fan of resting people on week 18. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I think you should let them play a little bit. Let them get a couple series in. But when you know you can't improve your position and you're playing the Broncos, pull them. Pull them. Realistically, we knew before the game started. We knew well before the game started that you could not improve your position because you could make it no less than 6th. And when you started the week, you were 10th. You were 5th. Or 6th. But did you really think the Bengals were going to lose to the Ravens? Did you really think that? So no. We've seen last year we saw him go for it on 4th too much. This year, this motherfucker gets Mike Williams injured. And I don't want to hear all these people go, how would he have known? Bitch, because the motherfucker falls out the bathtub and gets injured. Okay? Everybody wants to sit up there and say, oh, the Chargers don't have such a good offense. They don't have such a good offense. It's because they're injured. They're fucking injured. Well, bitch, you know your team is injury prone. Do not play them. So I finished the season 165, 102, and 2. Jeremy finished 159, 108, and 2. So as y'all could see, we know what the fuck we be talking about, and we just be playing around most of the time. I mean,
I make my picks way too early.
yeah, way too early.
Way too early.
All right, so last thing we're gonna go is it's playoff time, buddy. Wild card picks should be that hard. We should know.
Shouldn't be. There's one that I think is hard.
I don't think any of them are hard, and I may be a little too confident. Okay. All right. So first up for this week's game, we got today Seahawks versus 49ers.
49ers.
Not
Absolutely 49ers. Like if you got to think about that, there's something wrong.
not even joking. All 49ers. So then who else do we have? Is it the Chargers versus
This is the one that.
Okay, this is the one for you?
Yeah.
This one was easy for me. I'm going to pick the Jaguars. I'm going to give you a couple stats, okay? First of all, I said yes last week, and when we were at the bar, they might want to change to Sunday. They might want to move it down and go to the 6th seed. Granted, you may not want to pay the Bengals, but I think they might have a better shot versus the Bengals than they do against the Jaguars. It sounds weird. I just don't think the matchup is good for them. I don't think this is a good matchup. I think them playing in a Jaguars stadium where the Jaguars have not hosted a playoff game in a minute. And they literally had a sellout crowd last week for like the first time in forever. So I'm not sure you want to walk into that stadium going to play that game. Second stat I'm giving you is Trevor Lawrence is undefeated on Saturday. In high school, college, and the NFL. I even looked it up. I thought I was bullshit. I'm like, there's no way that can be true. No, it's fucking true. He has not lost on a Saturday in high school, college, or the NFL. And he didn't go to like Wyoming or North Dakota. That bitch went to fucking Clemson. So he played good teams. So I'm going Jags. And fuck the Chargers. I don't want to play them again.
I had the Jaguars written down. I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
I really don't want to play the Chargers again for a third time. That's the only reason why. Also, so I just said all that shit because I'm scared to play them.
I think the players are going to be irritated with Staley.
You always coming up with the drama.
I'm looking for the drama. I need the fucking drama.
You always coming up. Drama alert.
I'm looking for the fun drama. I don't need the bullshit drama from work.
We might just have to do on the next once the playoffs come out and we do back to just a podcast. We might have to do a drama alert edition where you just search out drama. Dolphins versus Bills. This one.
Bills. Out 100% Bills. Skylar Thompson's playing.
I hate the NFL. Well, we didn't win in overtime against the Bengals, but I do hate that they changed that too. I do too. I think honestly, I think it should not be any different in the playoffs than it is in the regular season. I think if we're not going to play a full quarter, then first team wins. I don't give a fuck. Stop them in the playoffs. Stop them in the regular season. Stop them in the fucking regular time. Stop bailing defenses out. Wait. No. This one's tough for me.
How? Skylar Thompson is playing. Did you see him last week? He couldn't score a touchdown. Like, he couldn't at all. Like, what the fuck you mean this is hard?
I'm just joking. I'm picking the Bills.
I'm just against the Bills defense. No, I think I know where I'm going.
I couldn't even come up with a reason. All right. I mean, I literally was searching for one the whole time.
Hey, motherfucker. What?
Giants versus Vikings. Who you got? So far, we've picked all the home teams. I'm going Giants.
That's who I got written down.
Okay. I do not believe in the Vikings. Also, there's an issue. I'm going back to what Brock said. That is a primetime game. It's 1:30 here. In Minnesota, that is 4:30. So at some point in time, it's going to get dark. And Kirk Cousins is going to understand what the fuck is going on. The Bills are going to double hill and waddle and make everybody else beat them. They have nobody else to beat them. That's the problem.
And they have
Skylar
Skylar Thompson. Like,
Skylar is not even going to be able to get the ball to Waddle. Or the only way that the Dolphins win is if the Bills just play absolutely shitty.
Yeah.
Not to mention it's going to be cold as fuck. Ravens, Bengals. I don't want to pick the Bengals, but I have to pick the Bengals. Because
the Ravens ain't winning with what's his name, Tyler Huntley or whatever.
I don't even think he's starting. I think he got hurt. There was a point in time I looked at the game and said, "Who the fuck is this quarterback?" Ravens won't name a quarterback ahead of Ravens. Tyler Huntley says he's a game time decision.
So you
Anthony Brown.
Tyler Huntley or Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown was a quarterback. I literally looked up, was watching at some point in time the game and said, I have had 7 or 8. Who the fuck are these moments in the middle of for quarterbacks? Who the fuck are Anthony Brown? Who the fuck played for the Bears? There were so many quarterbacks, I had no clue who the fuck they were. But I agree. So I got the okay, Cowboys versus the Bucks. Why does the NFL do a Monday night game? Is that kind of fucked up? Because it gives whoever plays next a short week during the playoffs.
Why didn't they just do 3 today, 3 tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why? Because they want that Monday night game for that revenue because ESPN pays for it. But why the fuck would they do
Well, you have your answer. You just asked and answered the question.
Did you hear? I paused in the middle of that. Like, wait, I did. Throw $10 on the Dolphins. Throw away more money on sandwiches and upside potential is good. I might throw $10 on the Dolphins minus 13. That's the biggest opening line in the playoffs.
Is it minus 13?
Yeah, it was minus 13 this morning.
I may have to run over to MGM.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not leaving. Let me stop lying. And then
I think they're going to lose by more than 13, though.
Dude,
way more.
It's not even going to be fun. It's not even.
Look, they're gonna be losing by 14 2 minutes into the game.
They're already down by fucking 14. Okay, they're coming into the game naked. Okay, there's no I would be surprised they couldn't score on the Jets with Joe Flacco as the quarterback. Okay, they had a defensive game where neither defense wanted to win. Okay, and each offense was trying to give the game away. So. Cowboys versus the Bucks.
Cowboys.
No. Taking Bucks.
Huh?
First of all, a couple reasons why. Tom Brady literally said, we don't lose to Cowboys when I play. He literally said that.
Wait, hold on. Let me check something.
Yeah, Tom Brady basically said or implied that I do not lose to the Cowboys. I think in his time frame, I think he's 7-0 against the Cowboys. So I'm going Bucks, Brady at home in Tampa. And I'm sorry. Did we see what the Cowboys did last week? Did anybody see that? Is it just me?
Oh, I gotta go with the Bucks. Parsons still got that club on his hand.
Who?
Parsons.
Yeah, so I'm going Bucks. I got Bucks over Cowboys. I don't know what we're doing today. We're probably watching the games here. Do you want to go meet up tomorrow?
I don't know. Text me.
Well, nobody's team is playing. That's the problem. Out of all the people we know.
And I'm off Monday.
Yeah, I know you are. I am too.
You got a long motherfucking holiday.
So, all right. So I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. I'll get this video out. I probably won't get it out today. I'll get the picks out tomorrow. It'll go out tomorrow. I'll probably get up Sunday morning and do it. And then we'll get another video out. Make sure you check our last 2 videos that came out. And
one of these days, I'll get all the pictures and put them on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm still trying to do some Instagram shit, but it's just not working. You know, I wouldn't say the problem is I just don't like it. I don't like.
I like doing it. I just forget.
Yeah, I don't like Facebook, and that's my issue. Even though I'm doing more on Facebook and stuff like that.
I don't like Facebook. I'd rather Instagram.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been putting some more stuff up on Instagram, so go ahead and check that out. And then I think. See, this is the thing. If we'd go tomorrow, we need to bring something so we can just sit up and record. Just conversations we have.
Yeah, but you got to get permission from the bar.
I'll get permission from them. Who's gonna say no? We know everybody there.
Yeah.
Even if we just do I'll download the StreamYard app and we just do it from the app. Yeah, but we know the bartender, so who's not gonna let us record? The problem is the fucking lighting.
Yeah, it's dark as shit.
Oh. That's what I was thinking of because we have great conversations talking sports. Even if we just do like an audio, even if we just record, put it on a video and cut it up and put it in later. As a reaction video. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll bring the hard drive and then we just do it as a That's a Raiders bar too, supposedly.
It's not a fucking Raiders bar.
How soon does he get cut? He says he gets cut up before February 15th.
Well, he has to get cut by February 15th,
Yeah.
or else they're on the hook for $40 million.
I say they have a deal in place by February 15th to trade him for a future first-round draft pick, probably a second or third-round draft pick this year. Or maybe a later first-round draft pick, depending on what they have. Oh, and we do, again, shout out to my guy. Follow him. I'm hoping that's him on Twitter. I checked it, and I made sure, like 90% sure. Trading assumes risk. It would be interesting to see how it plays off. I agree with you. Follow him. He does tweet some funny stuff. That's the guy that showed us what was it? We deserve better. And then the guy got kicked out. The Raiders kicked him out of the stadium.
Yeah, I want to see the whole video though.
I do too. It's probably
I want to see the whole incident.
It's probably more than what we just saw.
Yeah.
All right. I got to get my daughter to work. Check us out tomorrow on our YouTube channel. We're definitely going to send out the video for the Wildcard Picks. And I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend.
Yep.
German, whenever you're ready, take us out, man.
Put me in, coach.
Peace. That was high pitched as fuck.